There's this woman, we talked about her the other day, who had a baby with Beyonce's dad. Did you see Entertainment Tonight, or excuse me, the Inside Edition last night? I love the Inside Edition with Deborah Norville. I mean, they do some really thorough research, and I just love that show. So her name is Alexandra Wright, that's her. And she's claiming that Matthew Knowles, and I told you this earlier in the week, is so behind in child support for their 3-year-old daughter that she's now on public assistant. Or excuse me, 3-year-old son. The boy's name is Nixon. She's on public assistance. Matthew is claiming it was a clerical error. Clerical error. And he owes a little over $30,000. Well, she went on Inside Edition. I have the clip, just take a look.
How much has Matthew Knowles seen his son?
You've seen more of my son today than he has. I tried everything to not have it public. But unfortunately, that's just not the way that Matthew chose to deal with this.
Matthew Knowles actually suggested that she hand over their son to Beyonce and Jay-Z so they could raise him as their own before their daughter, Blue Ivy, was born.
Beyonce and Jay-Z have never attacked me. They've never done anything wrong to me. They have never been negative at all.
That's the gag. That Beyonce and Jay-Z, that Matthew wanted them to take the baby. All right, first of all, I never feel sorry for a side piece. Ever, ever. Especially one who's gonna lay down. I'm sorry, I don't. Especially one that's gonna lay down with Tina's husband. Do you realize that this is the affair that from all I can tell, had a lot to do with breaking up their marriage, Tina and Matthew? Well, he tipped out on her, allegedly. I'll say, this was a good couple when they were together, weren't they? Especially like in my community, we don't have a whole lot of, you know, we're not necessarily legendary for having full families, where the mom, a dad, the dad, Matthew, he was smart back in the day. He had some sort of big job someplace and made great money. And then Tina had the hair salon, and then they really nurtured Beyonce and just a good looking example of what you can do with hard work. And damn it, he tipped out on her and got with this woman. And didn't think even enough about her to even stay in the life. You heard what she said. The interviewer has seen the little boy more than Matthew has. Then why wouldn't you have the pill or the sponge or something? Why wouldn't you try to protect yourself? You know, it's like older men don't use condoms, you know what I mean? You know, because they don't come from that era. Although I remember, I found, they called them rubbers back in the day. I found a rubber in my grandfather's, in the drawer, in the break front, and didn't know what it was. No, this is back in the Dizag. You know when you're stupid and you open it up, you don't really know what it is, so you fill it with water just to take a look? That was me. Older men think that they're invincible, like they're not going to catch the monster or you know, whatever. And so sometimes you all don't use what you're supposed to be using. But you, woman, we're supposed to protect yourself. So now, Matthew Knowles, you would think that why am I screaming? I'm sorry. Sorry. Getting all lightheaded while I sit here and talk to you. You mean to tell me that Matthew Knowles does not have $32,000? That this clerical mistake was not taken care of earlier this week? You realize we did this story either Monday or Friday. We did it Friday. He had a full weekend to go to the bank, get the money, and mail it to her. Instead, he hasn't done it, so now there she goes on Inside Edition. And the only reason why Jay-Z and Beyonce haven't harassed you, woman, is because you are a non-factor to them, in my mind. You don't even matter. You see, you know what's worse than you know, being on somebody's bad side? Being absolutely ignored by them. You know, if you don't catch a rise, then that means you're a non-factor. They don't care about you, and it's not their responsibility to take care of Baby Blue's uncle, Nixon. Tina smile since this all went down. She always looks pissed. Do you blame her? No. Stay off TV, young lady. Get yourself a lawyer and get your money and get a job. Go someplace.